Hey everybody, and welcome back. In this video, what we're going to talk about is something that every professional golfer does that most amateurs do not. And what I mean by that is the way that you move your upper torso to get turned. See, most golfers, amateur and recreational golfers, they get here and they take this club away and then they get to this spot. And when they get to this spot, you can see that my right trail shoulder is on the outside of my ankle. Okay? But what professional players do, they are totally turned right here. And now what you can see is that my trail shoulder is inside of my right heel. So what am I basically telling you right now? You have to turn your upper body more efficiently right here. When the left arm is parallel, or what looks parallel, this trail shoulder has to be turned inside of your trail foot. Okay? So it would look like this. I'm turned. I'm almost as turned as I'm going to be for the entire swing. Okay, let me show you again. Most amateurs, they go here, and then they start to come up, and this trail shoulder is still on the outside of the trail heel at left arm parallel, if you want to call it that. Okay? But what professional players are, and when left arm gets to parallel, this trail shoulder is on the inside of the trail foot, plain as day. And when you can realize, everybody says, well, you got a problem with your rotation or your turn or whatever. Well, this type of a movement is not promoting a very strong turn because, again, the trail shoulder is on the outside. But if I allow my torso to go with my rotation, so let's do it like Hogan, okay? So there's our trigger. Here it comes. Now, right here, I'm about as turned in my golf swing as I'm going to get because the trail shoulder is inside the trail foot. So then all of a sudden when I go to the top and I get that recenter move, the trail shoulder is inside of the trail foot. And then we're able to start making these moves. Plain as day. So when you can understand, if you're having a problem with your turn, most people are, believe it or not, and I don't mean the turn with the pelvis, we're just talking the upper torso right now. It has to go right now. And the truth is, what's really going to help you is when we do the takeaway like we're learning here on this channel, when we get set up and we're like set up the way that Mr. Hogan was, when I get to this point in the takeaway where the hand is gone up and in, once it's up and in, if I stand up, I have to be this turned at the completion of the takeaway. At the completion of the takeaway. So all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness. Now, believe it or not, my hips are here, my chest is here. So really when I go up to the top and I've got the cup and all these things, my body really isn't turning anymore. Well, it is. It's gonna shift a little bit. But the majority of my upper body rotation, I'm almost fully turned at this point with the upper body. And then I'll go to the top. And now when I do this, watch what happens. See if I can give us a better angle here. So I've gone here. At this point, this right shoulder is on the inside of my trail foot. And then from there, it's just right there. Right there. So I would be like, right like that. And then from there, it's real easy for me to start making these moves. So make sure you try it. Figure out a way when you're making your takeaway. Don't let things go down and away from you. Because if they move this way, which is commonly taught in the modern swing, this way, when I do that and I think that I'm turned, my trail shoulder is still on the outside of my trail heel. So if I do it correctly the way we're doing it, now at this point, my trail shoulder is on the inside of my trail foot, and then I'm real easy just to go to the top. All right, hope that helps you. We'll see you in the next video.